Hello, my name is Arian, and this video is about installation and maintenance of the baby system. So I want to show you how to install all the services in your local environment. First, you're gonna need Java, Maven, and Node. So I'm gonna put these links in the description of the video. In case you don't have them installed already, you can follow the instructions on these links to get it done on your specific OS. Just as a reference, I am running these on a Mac and I have JDK 13 installed. I have Maven 3.6.3 and Node.js 12.4.0. Also, the baby system uses MongoDB, so you're gonna need MongoDB already running on your local environment. I have set up a Docker Compose file that I'm gonna use for these. So we can do Docker Compose up, and it's gonna start the server on the default ports. And just a note, make sure you don't put any authentication configuration on your local MongoDB, or if you do, you go to the applications configuration and update it accordingly. All right, your baby system consists of 5 repos in GitHub. So there is already project set up, and we have food item service, questionnaire service, and user service, which use Java Spring Boot framework. We have the authentication service, which is a Node.js web application, and we have the questionnaire web, which is an Angular single page app. So we're gonna go ahead and clone and run all of these. So we go to the first one, food item service, and clone it. We already have a directory set up for these. Right, we can do git clone, and the URL, we're gonna get the food item service clone. So if we go ahead and get in there, then we're gonna be able to run it. I wanna show you that you can get very useful information from the README file. So we can, so this is the food item service README file. So we can run this application with Maven using this command. Alright, so we're gonna let it be for a couple of seconds, and we're gonna go ahead and do the same for the rest of the services. I already cloned all of them, so we just need to run it. And now we're gonna do the user service, right? So we can do a user service, and run it. Maven Spring Boot run. Now we're gonna do the same for the other Java service, which is the questionnaire service. So FQ questionnaire service. All right. And then Spring Boot run. And so let's check back on the food item service. It's all good. User service is all good. And questionnaire service is all good. Now we need to do the same for the authentication service. What do we have? FIU authentication service. So this is a Node.js web service. So we're gonna first install the requirements with npm. So we'll do npm install for the authentication service. All right, it's all done. You can see some errors and warnings, but we can still run the application. So we can do npm start. And that's it. So we have all 4 services running. Now we need to start the web application. And the web application, it is in IFFQ questionnaire web. We're gonna do the same because this is also using npm install. And then we're gonna go ahead and make sure we have the proper configuration. For the Angular web. All right, so we can check that in here. If we go to the web app, the configuration is in the SRC environments directory, environment.ts. So we also have a production one. We're gonna use this one, which is for local environment. So in here, we're gonna set up all the services. So we have the user service, the questionnaire, the food item service, and also the authentication service. And they're all running on your local environment on their specific port. So the configuration is good to go. We'll go ahead and start the web application. npm start. So it's gonna take a couple seconds to build and run the Angular single page app. All right, we're good to go. And now you can see here that it is running on port 4200. So we go to our local environment and check port 4200. And then you're gonna have the whole system running on your local environment. There are other videos where you're gonna learn how to navigate and what the features are. Right now, there's no data in the database, so we cannot log in. Just gonna mention the Spring Boot services, they already have seed data that you can use. And there is a section in the README file for loading data where you can run the same command but pass an argument to add the data to the database. So just take into account that doing this will override any data you have. Just careful with that. Finally, I would like to also say that there is already a production environment deployed for the Babyface system, and it is in Azure. So we have it as app services, Azure app services, and you can see here all the services running. It is serverless, and if you go and get the details, you're gonna get the domain name, how to access your servers, and some other configurations, including how to deploy it in case you're gonna add any changes to this. And that's it for Babyface installation and maintenance. Thank you for your time.